Hi, and welcome to this live reading from Lucky Break by Lee Wood, and this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Chapter 1, 2013. Harold Croft had landed the contract with Orchid Construction to decorate 16 apartments. This was for one reason and one reason only: the price. What they were paying him was daylight robbery. He knew Orchid were charging the site developers top rate, but he was in no position to argue. It was the first work he'd been offered in 3 months. Thankfully, once he started, he'd get an advance payment that would just about keep his head above water. It was money he desperately needed if he was ever going to catch up with the 4 mortgage payments he'd missed. To complete the work, he would need extra tools, and the way things were, there was no way he could afford to buy them new. So he'd come to Trentbridge auctions. Lot 178 was listed as an assortment of secondhand decorating tools. Described as in excellent condition, the auction catalog gave an estimate of £100. As luck would have it, he still had one credit card that wasn't maxed out. To be on the safe side, he checked the balance on his phone. £620 before he reached his limit. He glanced impatiently at his watch. It would be an hour before the set of tools went under the hammer. To kill some time, he might as well have a wander around. Harold read the 50-year-old letter from Sotheby's auction house of London. He could hardly believe his luck. The document was clearly genuine. You could tell this from the indentations on the paper, made by a typewriter, proving it had been written decades before the invention of computers and inkjet printers, and confirmed by the unmistakable dried brown stains of aging. The letter had fallen from the center of the rolled-up painting that comprised part of Lot 92. The label said, "Property of Burlington Country House." The letter from Sotheby's was addressed to Lord Cunningham, Burlington House, Old Priory Lane, Buckshalt. It read, 7th July, 1963. Dear Lord Cunningham, thank you for allowing our expert to visit your lovely home and examine the painting of the lady in the pink dress. I am delighted to confirm it is indeed an original work by the artist Giovanni Boldini. The subject of the painting is an actress and socialite, Marthe de Florian, a lady famed for her captivating beauty. Our research shows it was completed in 1898 in Paris when she was 24 years old. It is regarded as a work of significant importance. It is therefore of considerable value. Recently, similar works have sold for upwards of 7 figures. I understand you are not looking to sell at the moment. However, should the opportunity arise at some point in the future, I can assure you that our auction house would be able to obtain the very highest price. We have a unique and exclusive list of buyers from around the world. Yours sincerely, Anton de Bonneville. Harold glanced around to make sure no one was watching. Then, as inconspicuously as possible, he placed the letter into his trouser pocket. He couldn't risk anyone else seeing it. It hadn't been into Harold's intention to bid on a box of what at first looked like worthless junk, but now he could see it included a genuine masterpiece. As he hung around waiting, he had a second stroke of luck. He noticed a man wearing a tweed hunting jacket with elbow patches. Eyeglasses perched on the bridge of his nose. With an air of great authority, the man stepped forward and began to examine the box's contents. Harold maneuvered his way around until he was standing unseen behind the man. As he took out his mobile and made a call, Harold moved a little closer. He didn't hear all the conversation, but he heard enough. Yes, it's in a box from Burlington House. I remember seeing the painting hanging in the library years ago. The old bugger must have passed away. It looks like it's been accidentally dumped in with a box of old tat. The estimate says 10 to 20 pounds. I hope nobody else has seen it. It's worth a bloody fortune. I can afford to bid up to 500 pounds, but that's my limit, not a penny more. Harold knew this was once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to Lot 92, a box containing miscellaneous items from the property of Burlington Country House. Let's start the bidding at 20 pounds. Do I hear 20? I have 20. Do I hear 22, 25, 30 now? Any advance on 30? Harold noticed the rival bidder standing a few feet in front. He was looking around and trying to see who else was bidding. 3 minutes later, the man raised his hand with a bid of 500 pounds. Any advance on 500? Do I hear 520? The room remained silent. Harold watched the man's posture change, assuming he had placed what would be the winning bid. The auctioneer's eyes swept around the room. If you're all done? Going once? Going twice? Harold grinned and raised his hand.